I saw this video and I just had to play it. I watched it for a little bit and I never knew exactly what kind of horrible monster Sebastian Rogers' mom was until I saw this video. Sebastian Rogers' biological father really freaking sheds a light on exactly what kind of people his mom, Sebastian Rogers' mom and stepdad was. You guys are going to be appalled when you see this.
It has been more than a month and still no sign of Sebastian Rogers. The 15-year-old disappeared in the middle of the night on February 25th. His mother was the last person to see him and says that he left the house without any shoes on and just a...
His mom was the last one to see him alive. Like, what the heck, guys? His mom was the last one to see him alive.
Flashlight. So where is he? Searchers continue looking for Sebastian, and this morning we have a very special guest joining us on the program, Sebastian Rogers' biological father, Seth Rogers. Seth, good morning to you, and might I just start by both saying thank you and just that my heart and the hearts of all of our wonderful viewers really go out to you. The agony that you're going through, I can't even imagine. I've seen you do some interviews, and I've been so amazed at how resilient you are. And you've talked about how nothing is going to make you give up hope. Please, where's that drive coming from?
My son. He's my life. He's my heart. He's not here, and I'm not complete unless I have him. So it's the drive to be whole again.
You know, I applaud you for holding out hope, being so resilient, being positive, and who knows what can happen with this investigation, and any day could be the day Sebastian comes home. From your perspective, Seth, how satisfied are you with the investigation being done by TBI?
My son's not here. They have no evidence. They haven't. Sumner County is the one that's like doing it. TBI is assisting. I've asked TBI to take it over. They haven't yet. There's just things that I don't think have been done.
What would you like to be done, Seth, that hasn't been?
I have a list of stuff, but I don't know if they've done it or not. I mean, there's been questions that have been asked, that things that have been answered. It's really hard to have evidence if certain protocols aren't being followed.
Now, what type of protocols is he talking about, guys? That's what I would like to know. What type of protocols is Seth talking about here?
I have to start back over from day one.
You know, going back to day one, so Sebastian goes to sleep the evening of February 25th. It's on the morning of the 26th that your ex-wife finds that he's not in his bedroom. She is the only one said to be home. And
right there, she's the only one home the day he goes missing. She was the last one to see Sebastian alive.
Sebastian could have vanished sometime in the hours from when she last saw him go to sleep and from the time she opened the door. There's a window there overnight. Your best guess, Seth, based on how well you know your son, what do you think happened to Sebastian?
He's not the type to put on. He's not the type to leave the house without putting on socks and shoes. As for running away or leaving, he didn't take his backpack. He didn't take his switch. He didn't take his phone. I mean, just doesn't make sense. And he's not one to wander. He's never eloped before.
Are you leaning towards a potential kidnapping?
Anything is speculation at this point in time, because there is no, as they have said, evidence that leads towards foul play. But there's things that just don't add up. His mother was the last one to see him. She's responsible for this, either through negligence at the bare minimum.
Has she been a good
Negligence at the bare minimum. You can tell he is very ticked off at his ex-wife because she knows what really happened to Sebastian.
good mother to Sebastian?
Not in my opinion.
What
This
do you
is the
see
third
this-
time that my son's come up missing now under her watch.
The third time Sebastian has come up missing under her watch. And he just said, in his opinion, she's not a good mother.
Time before that, her and Chris let my son get molested and raped in their apartment. And the time before that, I did a well care check because she let a known sex offender who, yes, did their 9 years in prison, but she left my son around that person. You don't do that. If you're a parent, you don't do that. You're supposed to protect your kid.
Just like he said, if you're a parent, you don't do that. You're supposed to protect your kids. I have a 9-year-old daughter. I would never in a million years let anything happen to my daughter. I would protect her with my life. Sebastian went missing under his mom's watch. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. This makes the 3rd time.
And you don't put them in where they can get in any type of harm's way.
Seth, you said something very upsetting, very shocking, and I just want to go back just a moment. You said that your wife allowed your son, Sebastian, your ex-wife, I should say, your ex-wife allowed Sebastian to be in a situation where he was molested and raped.
In California, and Chris in her apartment, they let a child who was 5 years older then my son played with my son and didn't bother to check on him there neither. And he lost his innocence because of it.
Seth, I'm so sorry.
She deserves the award for the worst mother of the year. By allowing her son, who is autistic, to get molested and raped by another child who was 5 years older, and she didn't even bother to check on them.
Sorry to hear this. I'm so sorry to hear this. No child should be subjected to any kind of abuse whatsoever. Sexual abuse can be especially traumatic for a young child. Is this something that Sebastian has struggled with since then?
Yeah, finally was able to actually start getting him therapy for it last year. The fact is that they weren't doing the correct thing, clearing California. And it's just last year finally getting him help because he's a victim. And now I'm finding out not only was, he was a victim of that, he's a victim of not getting the help he needs. And, I've listened to some of their podcasts where they make fun of him, make fun of his dancing. Chris obviously has this thing about corporal discipline with him.
His own mom and stepdad made fun of him during one of their podcasts, made fun of his dancing. And the stepdad had corporal punishment when it came to Sebastian. That is sick, cruel, and wrong to do that to a handicapped child, make fun of them because they like dancing, and imposing corporal punishment on them.
And it's just, it's not good.
Seth, I'm so
I
sorry.
need to find my son,
Right.
and he's going to need extensive therapy now to put him back on the right track.
Yes. Was Sebastian the one who told you about the sexual abuse that had happened?
His mother did, and my son did. This happened in California, so Sheriff's Department, CPS was involved. Sheriff's Department was involved there. They wouldn't give me the kid's name, his last name. But at least the only thing I was able to do there was put the detective over that case in contact with the school psychologist so that at least they could protect the other children from this child.
Right. So no juvenile proceedings commenced or anything like that, Seth, with this child. He wasn't brought to juvenile court.
Not in California.
Mm-hmm.
No, in California, kids 13, they're like, he's too young to prosecute. And they wouldn't do anything about the parents either.
13 years old is not too young to prosecute. They could have prosecuted him as a juvenile. That is bullcrap. Why do you think they have juvenile detention? There is juveniles who will molest and rape another child. And they go to juvenile detention and they get tried through juvenile court.
Seth, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My heart breaks for you for so many reasons, and this is just one more of those reasons. Tell me, please, Seth, what else do you want the public to know as people all over are hoping and praying for your son Sebastian's safe return?
That I'm just looking for him. I need people to help. I'm just one person. I can do a lot, but I can't do everything. And I have to find him. I have to find him.
Absolutely. You have to find him. And we will continue doing everything we can here at Court TV to help you find him, putting his picture out there, video, talking about him, and hopefully he is somewhere where he can be brought home safe to you soon. Seth Rogers, thank you so much for this talk. Thank you for sharing all of those things. I know it's not easy. Every good wish as you hopefully bring Sebastian home safe soon.
Thank you.
Let's help find Sebastian and bring him home, but not to his mom. Clearly, she is not a good person. Let's find Sebastian for his dad, his biological father. Let's always please.